All right, put down. Okay, I'll work on that.
Yeah, I mean, legit.
Especially what you just said, because we have no idea what that was.
What did I say?
Pastor.
I said the word legit.
Hello, and welcome to Sharing the Experience, the official podcast of the Ensemble Theatre of Chattanooga. I'm your host, Kyle Coplen. A few months ago, we held auditions for our 2019 season. We at ETC would like to extend a huge thank you to all those who participated. For this episode, we will be bringing you a series of short interviews from some of those who came out that day. Everybody that you will hear on today's episode will be featured in a production in ETC's 2019 season. Alright, let's go ahead and get things kicked off. Hope you enjoy.
Hello, I'm Courtney Gillian Chalovich. I grew up in the area. I grew up in Dalton, and I've been gone for years now, a few years. And I moved back to the area a little over a year ago, I guess about a year and a half, and was looking to get involved with the theater community again around here. And it's really blown up in a lot of ways. It's really exploded. There's a lot more here, a lot more options, a lot more variety than when I was around. And so I came across Ensemble. It was right about the time that they were getting ready to do their season auditions, and looking at the shows that they had picked to do. Some of them were pretty well-known names, but you don't see getting produced as often, and some of them I just never even heard of at all. And I thought, yes, that is exciting. That is the lineup that I want to see. That these are people that I'm really interested in working with. And the added bonus to that was that they're such amazing artists and people in general. Absolutely adore their vision, what they're striving to create, the real work that they put into it, and the artistry that's on top of all that. It's a combination that you don't see very often. There's a lot of brain and a lot of soul and a whole lot of heart in this company, and I couldn't be more pleased to get to work with them now.
Oh, that's great. Are you excited about this next season?
Oh yeah, I'm thrilled. I mean, I just stepped out of the audition room there, so we'll see what happens. But regardless, I'm going to be filling a seat at every show. I can't wait to see what they're going to be churning out now. Everything that I've had the privilege of seeing, that I haven't been in, has been absolutely quality and fantastic. And you go in expecting to see good work, and then I'm always still so pleasantly surprised.
Jennifer Bryant.
And what brought you to ETC?
Well, I came to ETC last season to audition to broaden my horizons in the Chattanooga area and make more contacts. And I loved it so much, I stuck around and am auditioning for the new season.
Awesome. And what do you think about the new season?
I'm really excited about it. I think it's a good diversity of musicals that people have heard of, so that will bring people in, and enough gritty shows that will still interest the acting community and the art community, but also the actors, which is what I like about ETC, is that we do less mainstream theater and do things that push boundaries, so that keeps me happy as an actor.
My name is Caitlin Overton, and I, since graduating from Lee, have been Googling theaters and anything that I can get my hands on that is the world of arts, and I came across ETC that way.
What do you think about the next season? Is there a specific show that you're most excited about, most interested in?
I love sideshow,
Yeah.
and then I decided to do a really dumb thing and watch parts of Billy Elliot while I was putting on my makeup this morning. And that didn't really go well because the mom and the son scene, like, oh man, it was a mess. But it was like, you know, it was good. Yeah, I'm really excited for those. I'm excited to learn new things. I know Lee did the Christians, and I got a chance to see it then, and I was really impressed by it. But then also, You're in Town is, I can't wait to learn more about that show. It sounds like
that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. All right, great. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
My name's Taylor Williams, and I've been around ETC for, I guess, quite some time now. The first show I was in with ETC was Avenue Q all the years ago. Played Rod, which was just so much fun. I loved it. And then after that, did shows like On the Timing, Rekindled Flame.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you looked at this next season? Is there one particular show that you're really excited about?
The one, actually, it's one of my dream shows, is You're in Town.
Okay.
Yeah, just wanted to do it. I saw it like 15 years ago at the Fox Theater in Atlanta. They were touring, and I just fell in love with the show. Since then, I've just been like, it's a dream show. And then they announced they're doing it here. I was like, So, yeah.
So my name's Kashawn Parks, and I started with you guys in 2017. I recently moved to Chattanooga from Indianapolis, so ready to jump back into the theater scene. Hadn't did it since I graduated my undergraduate.
Okay.
And so the first thing I did with you was actually casting the canvas, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They gave me a 4-page monologue.
Wow.
That's kind of how I started my
What character
relationship.
did you play?
Oh, what was the name of that character? Her name wasn't that important. It was just this long monologue about kind of her life and all those different pieces. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Awesome.
And I've got other things in my head, so.
Well, sure.
Yeah, so.
What do you think about this next season?
It is very interesting.
Yeah.
I looked at it. It was hard for me to find a lot of stuff about it. But one thing I love about ETC is they're willing to do something different and unique. And so I'm looking forward to kind of seeing where I fit in with that.
Awesome.
So,
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. Take care.
You too.
My name is Jordan Otis, and I learned about it through Gary because I did a show with him at CTC.
Oh, awesome. What show?
I did the last 5 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know you guys existed, and I've been living here for a year, so I always, whenever I hear about a new theater, I want to check it out.
My name is Jessica, and I actually just moved here very recently, so I was just doing a whole lot of like Google and Facebook searching.
Yeah.
So,
Very cool. So do you have a background in acting or theater?
yes, I have been performing for a little over a decade,
Okay.
doing anything from musicals to Shakespeare.
Awesome.
all in
Wow,
between.
so, yeah, big range there.
Yeah.
Is there a particular show in this next season that you're most excited about?
Honestly, probably the couple that I don't know as well, because I always like hearing new things and seeing new things. A Kiss for Cinderella sounded really interesting when he was explaining it all.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
like the
that's gonna be a fun
dimensions.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming.
I'm Laurie Shaw.
And how did you come to work with ETC?
I was Ida in this summer's production of Honk.
Yes, you were. That's fun.
It was so fun.
Where are you from? What's your background in theater?
Originally, I'm from Austin, Texas. I started doing theater in high school and then studied it in Manhattan for a while, and then have enjoyed doing musical theater and community theater while I'm finishing up my master's. So,
Very
yeah.
busy.
You know, just a little bit.
Yeah. Is there a particular show that you're most excited about this season?
I am super excited about Sideshow.
Yeah.
My heart breaks about Billy Elliot because I remember crying like a baby watching that movie when it first came out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that one too.
My name is Elena Nikolaeva, and I live in Chattanooga. I've lived here since 1997, and I really like it. I started doing theater later in my life, and I fell in love with it and focused for a while on improvised theater. So that's actually how I learned about ETC and how I got started with them, was doing their improv shows. And those were wonderful. I just really enjoyed those. But no, I'm generally excited actually about ETC shows because I've seen so many of them, and I've always been impressed. I've just always left their shows feeling like I saw something wonderful, and just feeling like I've grown because of seeing it.
Oh, awesome.
And yeah, I look forward to the next season and seeing all of the shows. I really hope I can see all of them and maybe be in some of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
hopefully. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm Jacob Moore. I learned about ETC shortly after I moved back to Chattanooga. I was living in New York for a while, and I came back here, and a friend of mine told me about the Improv-A-Lot show that ETC does, and so she took me there, and I found out about ETC through that and through other shows that I'd heard about friends doing, sort of getting back into the theater community. And yeah, I've done my first ETC show this season.
Okay,
actually.
what show was that?
And Things That Go Bump in the Night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there any particular show in this next season that you're excited about?
Well, we were just talking about the Christians.
Okay.
I got to read some sides for that, and that sounds like a really cool, powerful show.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really fun.
That'll be interesting. Awesome. Well, thanks.
Thank you.
I'm Bruce Shaw, and I've been involved with ETC for about 10 years now.
Okay.
First met Gary at some screening auditions. He was representing Chattanooga State, and it was the Tennessee Theater Association auditions.
Okay.
And I was there, I was a UTC student at the time. And so that's where I first met him.
Okay.
And then I auditioned for one show and then couldn't do the show, unfortunately, but finally ended up doing Gods and Disasters
Okay.
for him, and it was a wonderful piece that the company put together. It really made me aware that this was a company that was, as well as with traditional works, dedicated to new works, to growing theater, to exploring it, and I very much enjoyed that experience, and I've, to every extent possible, participated with them ever since.
My name is Mary Krista Hadamiel, and I have been off and on throughout pretty much from the beginning.
Awesome. How about this next season? Anything that you are particularly excited about?
Just
Favorite show?
excited. I'm not familiar with the shows, so I'm just excited about new parts. Those are usually my favorite.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so there you have it. As I mentioned, everybody that you heard in today's episode will be featured in some form or fashion during ETC's 2019 season. And that about does it for this episode, guys. Thank you again for listening. Stay tuned. Our next episode will be our first deep dive into our season shows. First show of the season is Sideshow. So we'll bring you some behind-the-scenes footage, some interviews, some funny moments. Keep listening. Thanks again. Sharing the Experience is written and produced by me, Kyle Coplen, and is distributed by Pocketful of Posey Productions. The theme song is original music by Phenomenon.